Welcome to Obsessed with Success, starring Russel Morgan.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into an all-new episode of Obsessed with Success with Russel Morgan, the founder and CEO of Morgan Legal Group, one of New York's premier estate planning firms. I am your host, Mike Leon. You know, Russell is also a mentor who's been helping attorneys scale their practices with strategy and precision. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about retention. Every new client, they add value, but the firm that grows steadily are the ones that keep delivering that value long after the first engagement. Russell, it's good to see you as always. With these episodes, I love talking about this stuff and getting your expertise because I'm sure many firms, they pour so much resources into new client acquisition. I'm sure you did that early on. What is long-term retention and why is, long-term retention just as important or even more valuable to sustaining growth?
Mike, great to see you as always. First and foremost, long-term retention is going to inherently be your best friend. It doesn't matter how much money you're pouring into new client acquisition. What's the first thing that new clients are going to? They're going to check your references. They're going to take a look at how well you've performed for other people. That may be taking a look at your reviews. It may be checking what your colleagues and peers are saying. It may also be picking up the phone and calling a friend or a family member. And that friend or family member may have worked with you in the past. So your existing clientele book inherently is going to expand your reputation. It's going to solidify and ensure that new clients, regardless of how they're coming to you, whether it's through marketing or through referral sources, when they vet you, they're able to confirm that your product and service delivery are top-notch above all else. So as much as I would love to say that pouring all of your efforts into new client acquisition works, it really doesn't. If you're not paying attention to what you already have, that's what you stand to lose. So yes, absolutely. Ad dollars are important, especially for certain businesses that are built on one transaction type of deals or one client based models, and that's okay. But even in those types of businesses, they're checking your references. And your references are going to be your prior clients, are going to be your existing clients, is going to be reputation facing due diligence that happens on the retail and commercial side, where they are making sure that they're making the right decision before they choose to hire you. So focus on your current book to ensure that your new book of business can use your existing book as a jumping off point, if not a reference, to make sure that they're making the right decision.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. In the tech world, I would always ask first question, who do you guys work with right now? Show me what you've done for those type of clients. So, but let me ask you on that front, what metrics have helped you measure the lifetime value of a client relationship?
Measuring client experience it's something I preach about on pretty much all of our episodes that cover this topic, but really making sure that you're getting your feedback from your existing clients. That is not necessarily a key performance indicator, but it is a metric to show how well you're performing. How well is your retention, and whether or not they would hire you again. Was your service worth it? Was the product delivery worth it? Was it something that they would recommend to a friend or a family member? And most importantly, would they use your services again? Those are the metrics that we're looking for. And it may not translate into online presence, but they will absolutely remember you. And they will make sure that the next time they need a service, if their experience was positive, you're more likely than not to hear from them. If their experience was maybe not so great, they're likely to do a little bit of shopping, maybe find somebody else, see if they'll give them a go, if you haven't improved on the issues that they've pointed out when you disengaged. So make sure that at the end of and really during the lifeline of your client file, that there are periodic check-ins to understand and measure your client experience.
Well, I was just about to ask you on that. It's a perfect follow-up because how can a firm use let's say, follow-up methods, review cycles to kind of stay connected with past clients without, as you know, making it feel transactional?
Well, look, you can do simple things. A newsletter, something that reaches out to your existing clientele base on something relevant that's happening. A email blast or an email campaign that contacts your existing clients. If they consented to it, you can use other mediums. You can send them links to your content if you're publishing, or if you're producing webinars or seminars or podcasts or videos. And there's always just the good old fashioned method of keeping in touch with your clientele base. And our firm does a lot of this. It's phone calls and emails and contact with existing clients just to check in. That's really what we're looking for at the end of the day. There's nothing more frustrating than not being able to reach someone on the other side. So making sure that they always have a point of contact, not necessarily someone that can speak to what's happening within their matter, but someone who can be a voice, someone that they can reach out to, ask questions with, and really just gauge and understand how they're doing. You need to have that regardless of whether you're a 5-man operation or you're a 500-person operation, to make sure your client experience is well tuned, your constructive criticism is implemented, and that you can consistently improve based on the feedback that you're receiving from your existing clients.
And I would love for you to expand a little bit more. You just said the phrase client experience. So, how does that consistent client experience also translate into referrals, repeat business over time? Expand on that.
It's the personal touch is really what people are looking for. That client experience isn't just a transaction. People are buying emotionally. It doesn't matter what we're buying, whether it's a product or a service, it's an emotional purchase. And most people are not going to remember what you did or why you did it, but they will remember how you made them feel. And if the feeling that's left to them is unattended or forgotten about, they're likely not going to increase your repeat business or your referrals. If they feel heard, it's more likely that not only are they going to come back to you, but they'll refer their friends, they'll refer their family members. Maybe they will leave you some feedback, some way that you can strengthen your relationship long term so that they don't have to look for someone else, that they always remember your name if and when the next issue or whatever project they have in mind arises and they need someone's assistance in your profession.
Russell, is that, in your experience, what you usually seen that causes firms to lose clients? Even if the legal work is solid, is it what you just mentioned, or are there other factors?
There are always other factors. It's definitely one of the main factors. I'll give you an important statistic. Roughly 2% of all firms, just law firms, only 2% have someone dedicated to client experience. And you can have stellar work product, but if they can't articulate their concerns, it's good, but it could be improved. And sometimes the only thing that they're looking for is someone that they're able to speak with, not necessarily guidance or information, but someone that they're able to pass along their information to, or someone who can speak to their current concerns. And the 2% that are implementing this into their staff are the ones that are capitalizing on their existing client networks, the ones that are building referral relationships, recurring business, retargeting their existing clients for marketing purposes, let's just say. The ones that are not are just losing out. You have to remember, they're already through the door. These are people that have agreed to work with you. They're already doing business with you. Who else but your current clientele base would you want to strengthen your relationship with? No one. They are the ones who are building your business. Yes, of course, we always need to be looking for new clientele. But if you're not focusing on your base, then the ones that are coming through the door that are new are going to share the same type of experience and ultimately not come back to you. So always remember that that extra phone call or that extra email or that extra touch is what makes the difference between you and your competition.
So let's talk about your firm. When you look at Morgan Legal Group's your own client base, what patterns have shown you that retention is working as it's intended?
Well, number one, if you're not getting clients that are telling you that they don't want to work with you, right? So that's number one, is making sure that you're able to see a client's file through the lifeline of the actual transaction. It doesn't matter if it's a month long or a year long. Two is you have to have systems in place where you can actually give your clients a platform to give you feedback. It could be something simple as a form, it could be an email, it could be a phone call, it could be a video, something that not only that they can articulate, but you actually implement. And the keywords here are implement. Some of your existing clientele will come back to you, even if their experience isn't great, just because they understand who they're dealing with already and it's a little bit more comfortable to deal with the person that they know. But if they see those improvements that they requested last time that they worked with you haven't been implemented, it's all the more reason for them to go somewhere else. If it's not on this transaction, it's the next. Any solid business is going to be built on their core clientele. If you're not paying attention to it, you're losing out. You're losing on business that essentially you've already paid for. This is your existing clientele that are either spreading the word in a positive or spreading the word in a negative. And you can reinforce that or you can let it run its course. And the latter is likely going to cost you more money rather than the former, which will generate more business at a lower, if not free, client acquisition cost.
So, Russell, for the attorney or even somebody that works at the firm that's listening to this right now, they want to save some money, right? What's one practical first step that you would advise that they take this new year to kind of strengthen the client lifetime value?
Remember your client's birthday. Give them an extra email once a month. Give them a phone call here and there just to see how they're doing. Some form of contact that lets them know that you're here, that they're not forgotten about. And that in itself will translate more likely than not in them not only appreciating it, but coming back the next time they have an issue or something that they need their help with. And moreover, they'll tell their friends and family. And we keep coming back to this, but it really does work both ways. If you, as a consumer, need a product or service, you're going to ask your friends and family. And if they've already experienced what you're looking for, they'll tell you, good, bad, or otherwise. And the same way, if you're shopping around and let's say you're looking at 3, 4, 5 different firms that you're going to do business with, you may pick up the phone and call one of your friends or call one of your family members and say, hey, have you worked with the following firm? And one of them, by chance, can say yes. And that yes could be an endorsement, or that no could be the reason why you just lost the client. So that extra touch will solidify your relationship more than just a transaction and make your clients comfortable with the fact that they can come to you when there's an issue, let alone the fact that your product and service delivery is second to none.
Russell, thanks for the time, the insights, your expertise, sharing it with us. I appreciate it as always, my friend.
Absolutely, Mike. It was great to be here. And as always, you can find us at 888-529-1315, online at morganlegalny.com, or on any social media platform at morganlegalny. Till next time on Obsessed with Success.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and leave us a review in the comments.